What is going on, guys? Vinny Vegas here.
And I'm Crissy.
And today we are reacting to Creepy Bar by Wansee Entertainment. Spooky, scary. There's nothing creepier than a creepy bar.
Than a bar?
That's already creepy.
It's already filled with creepers.
That's right. And I'm one of them. Let's dive right on in and see what's going on. Creepy Bar.
It was on Friday night.
Of
I was
course.
finishing the last deliveries that I worked for. I was headed to the bar that I would usually go to every night to grab a glass of wine.
I'm nervous.
I noticed there was a new bar that had recently opened, a kilometer away from the usual bar.
Kilometer?
So I decided to try it out. When I arrived and pushed the entrance door, I noticed something very weird. There were only 5 people inside, and they
What?
were all dressed in Halloween costumes, like vampire, ghost, werewolf, witch, and black magician. I felt really uncomfortable because I was the only ordinary person there, and also because Halloween was over 2 days ago.
Ooh, okay.
I'd be
I
like,
was still
sorry.
awkwardly standing there blocking the entrance when all of a sudden, all the people started staring at me as if I had done something terribly wrong. I made my move and walked over to the bartender.
Get
The
out of there.
bartender looked almost like a real executioner.
Ooh, no.
He asked me rudely in a gruff voice, "What do you want to sacrifice, blood or flesh?" Well, that creeped the hell out of me.
Yeah.
But I thought this was his way of taking a Halloween order of alcohol. So I requested to him, "1 glass of blood, please." He turned around, grabbed a wine bottle, and poured it into a wine glass. Later, he opened a drawer and took out a black satanic pentagram necklace.
Like you do.
He dipped the necklace 3 times while muttering something into my drink. To my surprise, the wine turned black in color,
Ooh.
and he placed the glass on the table and told me to drink it in 1 shot. I was really thirsty at that moment, so I took the
No.
glass and drank it
Okay.
completely.
You are
It was
dumb.
quite strong, and my vision was slowly starting to blur. I paid the
Lord.
bartender and left the bar immediately.
Oh my
While I
god.
was walking, I started to
Wow.
feel
No.
dizzy, and my vision was worsening. I wasn't focused on where I was going, as my mind was in a vision of all the faces of all the people I saw in that bar, maniacally laughing and
Nope.
giggling at me.
Nope.
All of a sudden, I had already arrived home during my vision. At first, I was relieved. But when I closed the door behind me
Oh,
and
no.
turned around, I knew that I was in the wrong house.
Oh, God.
It
Oh,
was
no.
completely abandoned, cold, gloomy, and barely lit with the rays of moonlight. I tried to open the door, but it was totally locked.
Oh.
Right when I was going to run into the door to break it, I heard the upper wooden ceiling was creaking, as
getting
if someone
anxiety.
was up there walking slowly, step by step. I was really afraid as I had no weapon to protect myself. I tried to call 911, but
No
had no
service.
reachable service to call.
Of course.
My only option was to go upstairs and find my way out.
Where
I
you heard the
carefully
noise
walked
coming from?
upstairs
Yes.
and reached the top. To my left was a dead end, but to my right I saw a hallway with 3 doors on each side. I opened the doors one by one to find nothing but dark, empty rooms
No.
and no way to escape. Finally, when I opened the 6th door, I saw a pentagram was
that's
drawn on the
nice.
floor with 5 candles around, touching all 5 corners of the star.
What the hell kind of room is this?
This sent me back to where the bartender dipped a necklace with the same symbol into my drink.
Yeah.
And there was a figure floating vertically right above the symbol below. But the light provided by the candles was not enough for me to
Hell.
figure out what was floating. Accidentally, I dropped my phone on the old wooden
Oh,
floor,
you
which
idiot.
created a loud sound.
And I left it
The
there.
figure was slowly advancing to my direction. I quickly backed off and hit my head against a wall behind. That figure, I can't forget it. My body was completely paralyzed when I saw that the same bartender at the bar was
What's
this
that?
guy.
Ooh.
He was still dressed as an executioner and faced my powerless body. To make matters worse, the doors of the empty room started opening on their own, one by one.
What
And
the
out
hell?
came all of the 5 people I saw at the bar.
Oh my
They were all
lord.
laughing at me to the point I passed out. Then I heard silence.
This
Then I
can't
woke
be
up
true.
and realized that I was in a hospital. I asked one of the nurses what was going on. She told me that a group of teenagers saw me walking out of the forest and then walking to the abandoned house.
What?
They tried calling out to me, but I didn't respond, nor look at them. Then the group saw me entering the house, and when they tried to open the door, it was locked. And so they called 911 thinking that I was trapped in that house.
What?
30 minutes later, the police staff arrived and broke open the door and found me unconscious lying on the floor. They brought me into the hospital and were trying to investigate what had happened in that abandoned house.
Oh no.
Later, I told police officers the whole story when they came to ask, but they didn't seem to believe me. While some of them were laughing, thinking that I was making it up. After that, I went home and directly went to sleep. The next morning, I hurried to the bathroom because I had to vomit very
Oh
badly.
no.
And after I
Is it
did,
vomit blood?
I noticed that my vomit was black.
Ooh.
To forget things, I tried taking a cold shower.
Oh gosh.
And when I was showering, I felt a sharp sting on my back.
Oh no.
Then, when
Did
I
they
changed
carve
the water
into his
temperature
back?
from cold to warm, the sting started to feel even more painful.
Ooh.
I turned back
You
with
took
my
his
head,
kidneys.
barely making it to see behind.
Charlie.
Then I was shocked for life. I had the same satanic pentagram carved on my back,
Dude.
Well, he
which
chose
was
blood,
surely done
right?
by a sharp object.
Oh
From
my
then on,
lord.
I never went to a bar again.
How about you don't go into bars where people are dressed up as like
How about-
executioners, werewolves, and vampires?
Hello, if I walked into a bar and everyone's dressed up except me, I'd be like, oh, I'm so sorry, like I'm invading someone's party or something. Instead, this guy's like, man, let me just go get a drink.
I'm an alcoholic. Let me just go to the counter real quick.
Even at that, you see the bartender putting something in your drink, like,
Dude, that gave me anxiety, all right?
and you're still
Like I don't drink, and that makes me want to not try drinking. Like I mean, I never. No, I'm not about that life.
But I understand it because it said like he chose blood, right?
Yeah, he
And
chose
so
blood, so they
they-
took his blood.
So they took his blood.
The
So they
dummy.
drugged him, and he ended up at the house somehow. And then
They
took
said they
his blood.
saw him walking out of the woods.
The teenagers.
Who are these teenage kids
I don't know,
that are
I
happen to be good Samaritans? I'll tell you what, kids nowadays would just be like, "Pff, whatever, I'm gonna go play some Fortnite.
Well, they would say, yeah.
No teenage kid is gonna call the cops from some random guy walking in the woods. If anything, they'd be like, Shh, let's just get the hell out of here.
Exactly. I was
That-
going to say
that's
that.
what I
That's exactly
don't-
how I'd be.
That's what I don't understand about this story.
Well, not all people are those kind of people.
Most of them are. Come on.
Some people would see somebody that's like out of it and be like, oh, you know what? I should call the cops and maybe like help them.
I suppose. However,
However, if it was me, yeah, I''d be like, I ain't messing with nobody's business.
I'm messing with nobody's
Over
business.
there.
I'm out. I'll see you later. I'm
Yeah.
not about that life.
No.
No, but as soon as I see a werewolf, a vampire, a witch, and an executioner in a bar,
After Halloween,
my ass is turning around and going out the door. I'm gonna go to another bar.
even at that, his bar is like down the street. Why didn't he just like keep walking to his bar?
Well, it was because it was a new bar.
Yeah, I
It was never go to new bars.
Moral of the story.
Moral of the story.
Don't go to a new bar.
Never go to a new bar.
Stay with what you know.
That's right. Well, thank you guys for watching our reaction. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Make sure to like, share, favorite, comment, and
Subscribe.
subscribe is the #1 best thing you can possibly do. If you don't subscribe, the executioner will draw blood from your back. I know it got dark very quick, but that means you have to subscribe. Do that. Subscribe. Executioner.
No.
Bye.